Most sales trainers teach fake urgency, but there's a psychological trigger that makes people buy instantly without feeling manipulated. Now, real urgency isn't about artificial deadlines. It's about making people realize the cost of staying where they are right now. So instead of saying this offer expires on Friday, start saying things like, hey, what would happen in the next 6 months if you're still dealing with this problem right now? Now, when you start doing this stuff, what it starts to do is get your prospect to actually create an urgency for themselves. And it's what we call authentic urgency, because at the end of the day, who cares about my deadline? Who cares about when this offer runs out? Not the prospect, me. I worry about it. Why? Because I want to drive more sales in. So nobody likes being told what to do. So stop telling them to do it by Friday midday or you'll lose this offer. No, help them to create their own urgency in their mind, because people take ownership of things that they actually decide themselves. No one likes being told what to do. So during this video, I'm going to share with you exactly how to do that, how you can get away from fake urgency and how you can start closing authentically without having to sell anything, just leading natural conversations and allowing the prospect to close themselves. That will make you more valuable than most salespeople in 2026. And let me explain why. Because in the new year, we are going through a very, very crazy time. Companies are literally taking AI and replacing a lot of their sales floor. And the only salespeople that are going to survive are the ones that are actually getting deals over the line. Human beings don't like being told what to do. And more people right now are getting used to the usual fake urgency tactics, and it's actually repelling them rather than making them want to buy. So when you learn what I call my invisible sales method, you, my friends, will be ahead of 99% of sales reps and sales professionals out there, and you will be in high demand. Now, why should you even listen to me? Well, look, my name's Jason James, and over the last 10 years, I've taken what I used to do in psychiatric nursing and applied it right here into sales. Those techniques, those secrets from psychology of helping people to take their medication when they didn't want to take their medication, those secrets have allowed me to generate over 22 million in deals, and my clients have gone on to generate over 200 million and growing, using what I call my invisible sales method. It's the art and the science of selling without selling. So during this video, I want to share with you how to create some urgency for the prospect without you creating these fake deadlines and these fake urgency tactics, okay? So let's get stuck into it. Now, let's go back to what I said at the beginning. Nobody likes being told what to do. So whilst most rookie sales reps, or the ones who think they know what they're doing, are creating these fake urgency tactics, what you should be doing instead is leading the conversation by making the prospect feel like they're in control. Now, that might sound counterintuitive, but hear me out on this. If someone feels like they're being backed up into a corner, they're being pressured into making a decision right now, what normally happens? Well, one of two things happen. Either they run a mile, or they buy and then they ask for a refund later because they experience what's called buyer's remorse. You ever had that happen to you? Have you ever had a situation where the salesperson pressured you to buy something? You bought it, it didn't feel right, but you bought it anyway. And at the end of it, after you came back down to baseline and regulated your emotions, you went, hey, actually, I didn't want that. I felt pressured, I felt pushed. I feel a bit dirty about what just happened. And then you go and ask for a refund, right? It's called buyer's remorse, right? So look, I don't want that to happen for you. Look, it's getting harder out there to even get people onto a sales call. I mean, you go to any industry right now, people are just like, they're not booking calls, they're not showing up for meetings. So when you get someone who actually raises their hand, shows up for a sales conversation and expresses a genuine interest in wanting to buy something from you, you can't afford to mess it up. And that's what most people are doing by repelling the prospect. They're trying to puke all over them with their benefits. They're trying to add in fake urgency and deadlines and pressure techniques, and they're trying to close the client and objection handle left, right, and center. And it's honestly, I get sick watching this stuff, and I'm in sales myself. So what do you need to do instead? You need to start allowing the prospect to talk to themselves. Allow them to have conversations to themselves. Allow them to consider the options for themselves. Now, the truth of the matter is, if you want to get someone to do something different today, you do need to create some kind of urgency, otherwise they don't move, right? There's got to be some kind of urgency to do it right now. It's a sales trigger. It makes people do something right now. However, in sales, you've got to be elegant about it, especially if you're selling a high ticket offer or something like that. So what do we do instead? We need to get the prospect to question the cost of standing still. It's what we call opportunity cost. Now, I've seen people do this terribly wrong, and I've also seen people do this incredibly well. So let's talk about how not to do it first, okay? How not to do it is to come across too pushy. For example, when a prospect says, oh, you know, I need to think about it, or I'll get back to you next week, or whatever it is, blah, blah, blah. I've seen sales reps who've watched all the latest freaking YouTube videos or attended the latest sales training with their favorite influencer go really hard on the prospect. What's there to think about? What's there to your problem's only going to get worse. Like, seriously, like, you're going to wait? Like, how long have you been thinking about this anyway? It's like, it's not today that you've been thinking about solving this problem. Come on, man, let's just get it done today. That is the most ridiculous way of trying to get someone to buy from you. Now you're putting them down. Now you're belittling them. Now you're challenging them. Now you're confronting them. And again, like I said, some people will buy. The weak-minded people will buy. And then they will create what's called buyer's remorse. Then they'll ask for a refund. So for those of you who are independent closers, thinking that, hey, I just need to get this person over the line so I'll get my commissions. Yeah, let me tell you this. As someone who actually hires closers myself, let me tell you this. If I'm getting refunds consistently because of one particular closer, well, not only are you going to lose your position within my organization, you are also going to be costing me money. And because I'm having to dish out refunds, I'm going to claw that back from you. Now, you don't end up making any money. It's a false economy. It's a temporary fix that makes you feel amazing in the moment because I closed the deal. And then a few months down the line, we do a statement and we can see actually that all these refunds came from you and I'm going to claw that money back from you and you are not going to earn a penny moving forward. In fact, you're going to get a bad name in the closing game because I will make sure other people who hire you know about it. Is this making sense? You're going to ruin reputations. You're going to ruin your reputation. Why would you do that? So instead of being that pushy person who's trying to force people to buy just to get the deal over the line, what you want to do instead is create a different type of urgency. You want to approach it in a tactful way. First and foremost, when someone says to you, hey, I need to go and think about it, I need some more time, or whatever it is, don't fight with them. Agree with them. Agree. Let them know, hey, listen, if I was in your shoes with all the information that I've presented right now, I'd probably need to go and think about it too. And here's the thing, before you go away and think about it, okay, what's really going on right now, as in what have you not understood so that you've got the information to really have a think about it? Because let's be perfectly honest, whenever we don't think about it, like it's just burying our head in the sand and hoping it goes away. And chances are, from what you told me earlier on, this problem's been going on for a while. What I wouldn't want is for this to linger on any longer because clearly it's costing us a lot right now by standing still. So what do you need to think about specifically? What information do you need so that you've got the information so you can go away and think about it? Now, what I'm doing here is basically letting them know, you can get off the call in a minute, it's absolutely fine. I just want to know before you go and think about it, what do you need to think about so I can give you the stuff that you need to think about so you can go and think about it. Now, the truth of the matter, for those of you who've been following my videos and been in sales for a while, you will know that think about it actually is a smokescreen. It's a smokescreen. What do they genuinely need to think about? Well, there isn't much. They just don't want to make a decision, whether it's fear, worry, I don't have the money, whatever it is. I just want to get to the freaking truth. That's all we want to do in a conversation. Get to the truth. What's really going on so I can help you? I just want to know. So I know it's a smokescreen. So rather than putting them down and going, well, what do you need to think about? And pushing them back, and don't do that. Just agree with them. Agree with them. Pull them back into the conversation. Now, the truth of the matter is we're not done yet because now we need to create that urgency. So we talk about opportunity cost. So we just future pace them and say, hey, look, Mr. and Mrs. Jones, before you go, may I ask you something? Since we've been speaking right now, you've told me that every month, for every 10 people that you're speaking to, you're only closing one of them, which makes you about $1,000. Which basically means you're leaving $9,000 on the table every single month. Now, let's say for argument's sake, instead of closing all 10 of those people, you only closed 5 instead, which is what my students do. On average, my students are closing 50% plus. So out of the 10 people that you're speaking to, you're now making $5,000, which basically means it's $4,000 more than what you're making right now. Is this making sense? Which basically means over the next 12 months, that equals to $48,000 in extra revenue. And based on your business model, which you've told me is highly profitable, in fact, it's 80% profit, most of that money is going to be in your bank account and not going towards costs of running your business. So, Mr. or Mrs. Prospect, knowing that there's $48,000 worth of money waiting right now for you out there, may I ask, what's going to change if we don't do something different today? That's it. I just want to know before you go. That's making the prospect go, hey, you know what? If I can close $4,000 next month and the month after, that pretty much pays for investing in this guy. Do you see what I'm saying? I'm getting them to have conversations with themselves. So when you start doing this, it's natural, it's authentic, it takes away that pushy fake urgency by the offer's only open until midnight, otherwise takes that all away. Because at the end of the day, if you have to rely on discounts, fake urgency, deals, Black Friday, you name it, whatever it is to sell your stuff ain't good. Your stuff isn't good. Like, honestly, look, here in the UK, we have somewhere called Harrods. Go into Harrods in Knightsbridge, one of the most famous stores in London. Very elegant, very exclusive. I want you to walk into, I don't know, Louis Vuitton in Harrods, and I want you to ask them for a Black Friday deal and watch them laugh in your freaking face. They don't need urgency. They don't need discounts. They don't need deals. They don't need offers. They don't, because their stuff is that good, it sells itself. So you've got to start operating on that frequency as well. The people who need fake urgency, tactics, all that kind of stuff, they're dead and they don't even know it's happening. And if you are going to be that salesperson who starts to do this in 2026, when people start really, really waking up to actually wanting to have real life conversations with people, not feel pressured anymore, but you're still using outdated tactics, you are going to be out of a job. And the ones that are winning are the ones that are doing what I'm telling you to do right now. That's exactly what my clients do inside of my Invisible Sales Academy. We teach the art of selling without selling, how to break through psychological barriers of your own, how to understand human behavior so you can influence people more better than a freaking psychologist, how to actually have real life conversations with people without using a script. In fact, all you need to do is memorize 7 words, and how to position your offer in a way that actually links to the person's problems and helps them feel like they're $1 million, which makes them go, take my card. Make sense? Now, if you want some help with that, if you want to apply to work with me, I only take 2 people a month onto this program. Somewhere around this video, there'll be a link, or you can comment the word sales down below. Let's have an initial conversation, you and me. It costs nothing to have a conversation, and I won't be pitching to you on this course, just a quick chat to figure out where you're at right now, where you want to be. Once we've established that, we can look at how we can move forwards together. But conversations cost nothing. So if you're up for taking yourself to the next level and beyond, if you're fed up of being mediocre, if you want to be great, if you want to have a secret edge over people that will have people go, what on earth are you doing to make so many sales right now? If you want to ethically outsell your competition and feel like you're freaking unstoppable, then comment sales down below or click on a link around this video. Apply to work with me. Let's have a conversation. Conversations cost nothing, and I would love to serve you. So if this video served you in some way or form, make sure you hit like, subscribe, hit that notification bell as well so you get notified every single time I drop videos like this, and help me grow this channel, guys. You can see, man, I'm just trying to get out there and put more stuff out there. For many, many years, I've been on Instagram, I've been on Facebook, I've been on LinkedIn, I've been all over the place, and I haven't doubled down on YouTube. So I'm on a journey to get the Invisible Sales Method out to as many people as I can. I'm here to turn the sales industry on its head, upside down. We're going to get away from old school used car sales tactics that most people can't even pull off, let alone even work. So I want to help you to sell without selling. And the only way you're going to do that is by learning the Invisible Sales Method. So whether you carry on following me and just watch my videos and get some value, or you do what most people do, which is click on a link or comment sales down below to look at how we can accelerate your progress. Either way, I appreciate you. So make sure you like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video.